Los Angeles, March 1975. Goldwyn Studios, soundstage, 7:30 in the afternoon. The makeshift boxing ring sits in the center of the concrete floor, 4 metal posts connected by thick ropes. Canvas stretched tight across wooden boards that creak under pressure. No crowd, no fanfare, no championship banners hanging from the rafters. Just work lights hanging from the ceiling on long metal chains, casting harsh shadows across the space. The air smells of dust and old sweat, and the metallic tang of equipment that has been used too many times. Cables snake across the floor like black serpents. Extension cords taped down with bright yellow tape. The sound of generators humming in the background. 15 people scattered around the ring in small clusters. Camera crew adjusting angles on heavy tripods, checking lenses, measuring distances. Sound technicians running black cables across the floor, testing microphones, adjusting levels. Assistant directors with clipboards checking schedules, making notes, whispering into walkie-talkies. Lighting technicians positioning reflectors, moving stands, calling out numbers. A makeup artist standing by with powder and bandages and cotton swabs. 2 men in expensive suits standing near the corner, arms crossed, watching everything with the cold calculation of money. These are the decision makers. The ones who will determine if this project lives or dies. This is a screen test for a boxing film. Low budget, independent production. The kind of movie that gets made in warehouses and forgotten in 6 months. The kind of project that survives on hope and desperation rather than studio backing. The kind of film that either makes careers or destroys them. But for the man standing in the corner of the ring, adjusting his gloves for the 3rd time, checking his mouthpiece, rolling his shoulders, this is everything. This is his chance. Sylvester Stallone is 28 years old. He has been in Los Angeles for 3 years. 3 years of rejections, small parts, background work. 3 years of being told he talks funny, looks wrong, doesn't fit the mold. His face is asymmetrical from a birth injury that damaged nerves on the left side. His speech is slightly slurred, words sometimes catching on his tongue like fish hooks. His body is thick, muscular, but not in the way Hollywood prefers. Not pretty, not polished, not the kind of leading man who sells tickets to teenage girls. He is broke, completely broke. His wife Adrian is 6 months pregnant with their first child. Their apartment rent is 2 months overdue. The landlord has been calling every day, threatening eviction. His car was repossessed last week. He has been taking the bus to auditions, carrying his headshots in a paper bag because he cannot afford a proper portfolio case. He has $47 in his checking account. His credit cards are maxed out. This screen test is not just an audition. It is survival. The producer, a thin man in his 50s with silver hair and a permanent frown, stands beside the ring. His name is Marcus Webb. He wears a grey suit that costs more than Stallone makes in 3 months. He has made 12 films in the past 5 years. None successful by Hollywood standards. All profitable by his standards. He knows how to squeeze money from small budgets. He knows how to cut corners without cutting quality. And he knows that authenticity sells better than polish when you cannot afford polish. Webb looks at Stallone, then at the other man in the ring. The other man is a professional boxer, middleweight, not famous but legitimate. His name is Tommy Rodriguez. He has fought 43 professional fights. Won 37, lost 6. His nose has been broken twice. His hands are registered weapons in 3 states. He is here because Webb pays him $200 to make actors look foolish. Rodriguez is 5'10", 165 pounds of lean muscle and scar tissue. His eyes are flat, professional, the eyes of a man who has been hit in the face for money since he was 16 years old. His body tells the story of his career. Small scars above both eyebrows, a slight bend in his nose, knuckles that are permanently swollen. He has done this before, 17 times in the past 2 years. Actors think they can fight because they have taken a few lessons, done some training, watched some films. Rodriguez shows them the difference between movie fighting and real fighting. Usually takes about 30 seconds. Webb calls out to Stallone. His voice echoes in the empty studio. This is simple. 1 round, 3 minutes. Show us you can look like a fighter. Show us you belong in that ring. Show us this isn't just another actor playing dress-up. Stallone nods. He has been training for 6 months, running every morning at 5 a.m. through the streets of Hollywood, past the sleeping homeless and the early commuters, hitting the heavy bag at Mickey's gym until his hands bled through the wraps, working with a trainer named Angelo, who used to work with real fighters, who taught him that boxing is not about throwing punches, but about not getting hit. But training and fighting are different things. Training is controlled, fighting is chaos. Webb turns to Rodriguez. Don't hurt him too much. Just show us the difference between a real fighter and an actor playing one. Make it educational. Rodriguez shrugs. This is his job. He has no personal investment in humiliating Stallone, but he will do what he is paid to do. He will expose the pretense. He will show that acting tough and being tough are not the same thing. He has done this 17 times in the past 2 years. 17 actors who thought they could fight. 17 actors who learned otherwise. The bell rings, a sharp, metallic sound that cuts through the studio air like a knife. Rodriguez moves forward immediately. His footwork is smooth, economical, no wasted motion. Every step calculated. He throws a jab. Light, testing, measuring distance. It snaps Stallone's head back. The sound echoes in the empty studio. Sharp, clean. The sound of leather meeting flesh. Stallone tries to respond. Throws a right hand. Wild, desperate. Rodriguez is not there. Has moved offline with minimal effort. Throws another jab. This one harder. Stallone's mouthpiece shifts. His eyes water. A thin line of blood appears at the corner of his mouth. The crew watches in silence. Some are uncomfortable. This feels wrong, like watching someone get beaten up for entertainment. Others are fascinated. This is real. This is what their movie is supposed to capture. The brutality, the desperation, the moment when pretense meets reality. Webb watches with clinical interest. He is not sadistic. He is practical. If Stallone cannot handle 3 minutes with Rodriguez, he cannot carry a boxing film. Better to find out now than after they have spent money on production, on locations, on a full cast and crew. Rodriguez increases the pressure. Jab, jab, right hand, all landing. Stallone's guard is too low. His footwork is clumsy. He is trying to fight like he has seen in movies. Rodriguez is fighting like he learned in gyms where losing means not eating. 30 seconds in, Stallone is already breathing hard. His face is red. Sweat drips from his forehead onto the canvas. A small cut has opened above his left eye. Rodriguez is barely sweating. His breathing is controlled, professional. The crew starts to murmur, whispered conversations. This is embarrassing. Stallone looks like exactly what he is, an actor pretending to be a fighter. Webb's frown deepens. This is not working. This is not what he needs. He needs someone who can convince an audience that he belongs in the ring. Rodriguez throws a combination. Jab, hook, uppercut. All 3 land clean. Stallone stumbles backward. His legs are unsteady. The ropes catch him. He bounces forward, off balance, vulnerable. 1 minute in, 2 minutes to go. The longest 2 minutes of Stallone's life. The studio air grows thick. Tension builds. Everyone can see how this will end. Rodriguez is playing with him now, taking his time, making it last, making it educational. Stallone wipes blood from his mouth with his glove, tries to reset his stance, tries to remember what Angelo taught him. But Angelo's lessons seem distant now. Academic, this is real, this is happening. Rodriguez circles, patient, professional. He has all the time in the world. He throws another jab. Stallone tries to slip it. Fails. The punch lands on his temple. His vision blurs for a moment. The camera crew adjusts their angles, getting better shots of the beating. This will make good footage. Raw. Authentic. The kind of thing that sells movies. Seconds tick by, each one feeling like an hour. Stallone's breathing becomes labored. His movements slower. Rodriguez remains calm, methodical. This is just another day at the office for him. Rodriguez, confident now, moves in for what he assumes will be the finish. He drops his guard slightly. Not much, just enough. He is thinking about the next combination, thinking about how to end this without seriously hurting the actor, thinking about his $200 and what he will do with it tonight. This is when it happens. Stallone sees it. The opening. The moment when Rodriguez's attention shifts from defense to offense. The moment when the professional becomes careless. The moment Angelo taught him to watch for. Every fighter drops his guard. Angelo had said, "The good ones do it for a split second. The great ones never do it at all. But everyone else, they give you a window. You just have to be ready to climb through it." Stallone steps forward, not backward, as he has been doing for the past minute. Forward, into the danger, into the space where Rodriguez's fists live. His right hand comes up from his hip, not a movie punch, not a telegraphed haymaker, a short, compact shot, thrown with his whole body behind it. His legs, his hips, his shoulders, everything moving in sequence. The punch travels 6 inches. No more, but those 6 inches contain everything Stallone has learned in 6 months of training. Everything Angelo taught him about leverage and timing and the difference between hitting and punching. The punch lands on Rodriguez's solar plexus, just below the sternum. The spot where all the nerves meet. The spot that controls breathing. The spot Angelo showed him on a diagram. The spot he practiced hitting on the heavy bag until he could find it blindfolded. Rodriguez's eyes go wide. His mouth opens. No sound comes out. His hands drop to his sides. His knees buckle. The professional boxer, the man who has been hit by professionals for 15 years, goes down from one punch thrown by an actor. 7 seconds. That is how long it takes. 7 seconds from the moment Rodriguez drops his guard to the moment he is on one knee, gasping for air, his professional composure shattered. The studio goes silent. 15 people frozen. Nobody expected this. Nobody saw it coming. The actor just dropped the professional boxer with one punch. The pretender just became real. Webb's head turns away. Not in disgust, not in disappointment, in recognition. He has seen enough. He knows what he needs to know. This is not an actor playing a fighter. This is something else, something that cannot be taught or faked. Rodriguez recovers quickly. He is a professional. He has been hurt before. He gets to his feet, shakes his head, nods at Stallone. No anger, no embarrassment, just acknowledgement. The actor got him, fair and square. "Good shot," he says quietly. You fight like you mean it. But the damage is done. Not to Rodriguez. To the assumptions everyone in the room had made. About actors. About fighters. About the difference between the two. Stallone stands in the center of the ring. His chest is heaving. His face is cut. His body is bruised. But his eyes are clear. Focused. He has proven something, not just to Webb. To himself. He belongs here. In this ring. In this world. Webb approaches the ring. His expression is unreadable. He looks at Stallone for a long moment. Studies his face. His posture. His breathing. Then he nods once. That's enough. We've seen what we need to see. The crew begins to pack up. Equipment is moved. Cables are coiled. Lights are turned off. The ring will be disassembled tomorrow. But something has changed in this room. Something that cannot be undone. Rodriguez shakes Stallone's hand before leaving. You got heart, he says. That's worth more than technique. Technique you can learn. Heart you either have or you don't. Webb pulls Stallone aside as the crew finishes packing. We'll be in touch, he says. Nothing more. No promises. No commitments. Just the possibility of a phone call. But his tone has changed. There is respect there now. Recognition. Stallone leaves the studio, walks to the bus stop, takes the bus home to his pregnant wife and his overdue rent and his empty refrigerator. He does not know if he got the part. He does not know if those 7 seconds changed anything, but he knows something has shifted. Inside him, in the way he sees himself. The film never gets made. Webb's financing falls through 2 weeks later. The investors pull out. The project dies in development, but the story spreads through the small community of stunt coordinators and fight choreographers and boxing trainers who work in Hollywood. The story of the actor who dropped a real fighter in 7 seconds. The actor who looked like he belonged in the ring. The actor who might actually be able to carry a boxing film. 6 months later, Stallone writes a script about a small-time boxer who gets a shot at the heavyweight championship. A script about a man who steps forward when everyone expects him to step back. A script about heart versus technique. About belonging versus pretending. He calls it Rocky. Nobody remembers the screen test at Goldwyn Studios. Nobody remembers Tommy Rodriguez or Marcus Webb or the 7 seconds that changed everything. The moment disappears into the forgotten history of Hollywood, near misses and might-have-beens. But Stallone remembers. He remembers the moment when he stopped being an actor pretending to be a fighter and became something else. Something real. Something that could not be faked or manufactured or taught in acting class. Something that started with 7 seconds and a willingness to step forward when stepping back seemed safer. Something that would echo through every role he would ever play, every script he would ever write, every moment when he would have to choose between safety and truth. Years later, when Rocky becomes a phenomenon, when Stallone becomes a star, when the world knows his name, he will think back to that afternoon in Soundstage 7. To the moment when everything changed. To the 7 seconds that proved he was more than just an actor playing a part. He was a fighter who happened to act. A man who understood that sometimes the most important battles are fought in empty rooms, witnessed by strangers, remembered by no one except the person who needed to prove something to himself.